Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me.
Hello, all you out there in Radio Land.
All right. Thank you, Cock Johnson. CJ is in rare form. Obviously, he's made of himself at home in the liquor cabinet, the Scuba Radio liquor cabinet.
It's refreshment.
Right.
Hello, all you nice people.
Yeah. It's just getting socially lubricated. Since we're not diving, we might as well, partake in some liquid refreshments. It happens. And
Sometimes I get thirsty.
And we encourage you to do the same if you're not diving and just talking about it.
Helps the show go down better.
It does. It flies by, literally. So, boy, what a bunch of news. We got a ton of stuff to share today on the big show. Are you guys ready?
What's this we stuff? I got nothing.
Well, I'm going to share it with you.
Oh, okay.
When I say we, I don't mean you.
Right. Oh, okay.
Of course not.
I misunderstood.
I wouldn't include
the
you
literal meaning of the
in
word.
any of the fun or frolivity. I don't know,
frivolity?
Yeah, that. We'll go with that one. But we do have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad with us, made up of Barry the Bugger. We got Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Casey the Tobacco Nut. Mermaid Serena is with us as well.
Hi,
Hey, yeah, we'll have to catch up with her. And I think Mermaid Kristen with us too, but I don't see her. But that maybe she's standing by. But to kick things off, we got Dr. Doug Ebersol, our medical expert, on hand to join us for a little bit here because, well, I need some consultation for this big announcement I'm about to make. And so before I talk to Dr. Doug and work out this issue, which we're just going to do on the show, remember, Scuba Radio is all about me.
Greg, you can just...
And solving my diving problems, right?
Just go in the box and send it away, and they'll let you know your results.
I'm not going to go in the box.
Oh, it's not a... Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah, you totally misunderstood.
Okay, well, I understand, and I'm just telling you right now, the monkey heart isn't up to it.
Well, I will disagree with you because
the gentleman in the square below you
is
the person qualified to make that determination.
That's true. He's a heart surgeon, and I did get checked out this week, so I'm all fine health-wise. It has nothing to do with that. But what it does have to do with is diving in the Galapagos. So we have announced officially now, we have our Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise for the Galapagos scheduled for April 15th through the 22nd. And this is going to be a great adventure. I've been talking about this last few weeks. We've been trying to work it out. We finally have. It is live. You can call Explore Adventures. There's a few spots left. Vinny Two Tanks took one of them. He's going.
I'm not official yet.
Oh, you're not official? Okay.
Well,
what?
I emailed them on Thursday.
Yeah.
I emailed
Explore Ventures, right?
Sue, who's a manager, and then I went online and registered saying I want to get in on this trip, and they didn't get in touch with me on Friday, so maybe they were busy. But
you didn't tell me you're from Scuba Radio.
Oh yeah, they did because they told me, hey, you know who you got a room with on the Galapagos boat, right? I'm like, oh no.
Who?
You.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Now
you and I are going to be roommates.
Now you really want to go, don't you, Vinny? They're going to charge you. There's going to be a surcharge for that, by the way.
Well, there's some good news about me being your roommate.
And that is?
I never snore.
Okay.
Hey, that's
just
important.
Stops breathing.
That's important.
That's wildly
very
important.
Yeah.
Now, if we can just combine that with the no nudity clause, we'll be fine. But we'll see.
Why are you going to get naked, Greg? What's going on?
That's what you do. That's
Greg
what you
kicked
do.
me out of his suite there. I had to go sleep on the
Yeah,
flybridge.
let's. You
So
know,
I
there's
snore.
conversations that are supposed to stay off the air, Bubble Boy. Let's leave it a lie. But anyway, we are going to the Galapagos, whether Vinny goes or not. There's only a few spots left because this kind of came together pretty quick, and there's a bunch of people that have already booked it, but there are, I think, a handful of spots left if you want to join us in the Galapagos. This is amazing diving. I've been wanting to go back to the Galapagos with Explore Ventures for literally, I think it's been 15 years since I was there. I want to say at least 15. Might have been even over that.
Probably when you still had color in your hair.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, and to the rest of the team, I'd like to say thanks for dusting this one by us.
Well, no, I made you available. I told the entire Scuba
been
Radio
talking about it for
6 weeks.
Yeah, and I texted everybody, including you, Casey, the tobacco nut.
If you want to go, just call them on Monday. I'm sure they got a spot for you.
Yeah, please take Vinny's spot. Please take. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, Casey, you could come. You could.
Vinny's
jump
locked
on
in,
board.
isn't he? Like a VIP
Unfortunately,
or
I'm
something?
already locked in sailing and diving in the Virgin Islands that month. So.
All right. Well,
rough.
Well, you're a loser.
Oh, gee, thanks for inviting us.
Oh, wait.
Casey.
Well, no. I take that back. He's not quite as much of a loser as everyone else, since he's going someplace while I'm being the Galapagos. So I'll when that happens, I can only contact Casey and say, "Suck it, kind of loser. I'm in the Galapagos, but you're in the Virgin. Okay, that's not bad.
Still pretty damn cool.
Yeah, how about CJ and Bubble Boy? They really suck.
We suck ass.
Just to dust you so you can't say I'm a loser at all.
Yeah.
2 months later, I'm going to go diving in the ABC Islands. So.
Okay. Well,
Greg, we can be CJ and Bubble Boy can always take off over the Bahamas or something while you're going.
Nah, it'll never happen. You keep talking.
Yeah, Casey and
It's
Jerry
all
dives into ABC every weekend.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
anyway, all right. Let's just talk about me. I don't want to hear about you guys. You're losers. Just accept your punishment. While the rest of us go to the Galapagos. Here's the deal. The Galapagos is like the Mount Everest of diving. I mean, the stuff you see going to Wolf and Darwin, the cradles of marine life. It's just mind-boggling. Whale sharks, hammerheads. We're talking, I saw orcas. I saw killer whales when I went there years ago. Penguins, iguanas, everything that you can ever imagine you will see on a trip in the Galapagos.
I misunderstood. You said it's like the Mount Everest. I thought that means you're likely to die in the snow.
Incorrect. That is incorrect. They do
you're
have
not going to
volcanoes.
freeze to death and die in the
You
snow.
can actually hike up volcanoes, though, around there. And
Please
is
do.
a land door. Land
See,
tour.
let's play a game. How close to the edge can Greg get?
Okay. Somebody's jelly, and he'll make these little smart-ass comments for the entire show today because he's not going. And that's fine.
Give Vinny your phone. Let him film it.
Suck
Back
it,
up.
loser.
Couple more steps.
All right.
One more step.
We know who's jelly. That's enough.
One more step.
That'll be enough out of you, young man.
I'm getting a good shot of the lava. One more step.
Oh, golly. All right. So, but the only downside is when I went last time, the water was a little on the chilly side. I was talking about doing a dry suit. So I pulled out this dry suit that I've had literally for 20 years. I talked to Dr. Doug Ebersol. He was going to certify me on a dry suit course because I've never had the dry suit in the water. It's the driest dry suit in the world. I pulled it out. I thought, this thing will be all dry, rotted. It'll be worthless. But I pulled it out, and I had it stored pretty nice. And I'm like, hey, this thing looks pretty good. And I tried it on, fit perfect. And everything was great. And I talked to Dr. Doug. We set up a time to do a dry suit course. And he goes, hey, put on the undergarment that comes with it, too. Make sure it fits good, too. So I was like, all right. So I got off the phone. I put on the onesie that it came with that gives you extra insulation under the shell of a dry suit, and it fit perfect. And I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, gosh, I look awesome. Yeah, that's me. That's me, Mr. Dry Suit Diver. I don't care about no cold water. And I'm all ready. And then I took off my dry suit, getting ready to pack it up, and I ripped the neck collar right out of it. I'm like, son of a... So we got Dr. Doug to talk about remedies. Maybe fixing this thing or where to go next. That's coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Does diving in the Florida Keys for free sound too good to be true? It's not. Dive to make a difference and clean our seas in the second annual Trash Derby Dives, May 2nd through 5th. Sponsored by iCare and the National Marine Sanctuary Foundation. Win big prizes for bringing up the most trash. Free spots with dive operators from Key Largo to Key West are available now. Get details and sign up at iCareTrashDerby.com. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than ScubaRadio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
A professional mermaid says unwanted advances from merverts is the worst part of the job. Just like that, you've been made aware of a new profession and its very serious problems, and the word mervert.
Hey now. Hey now.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, KG the Tobacco Nut, Mermaid Serena, Mermaid Kristen, Mermaid Kelly. We got a full crew. Which probably explains why we have a medical professional on board with us as well. Dr. Doug Ebersol. Well, hopefully we're not going to have to test any of his medical skills. He is a heart surgeon in real life, but a super diver, and that's why we like to talk to him. And I know he knows all there is about dry suits, and I told him about my issue when I pulled this dry suit that had been sitting in the office here for probably about 20 years. It was the driest dry suit in the world, never been in the water. And I thought for sure it was going to be unusable, but I tried it on and I looked at it. I was like, wow, this thing is looking pretty good. I stored it pretty good, I guess. And I thought maybe I could use this after all, and tried on the undergarment, under it, and everything fit perfect. In 20 years, I haven't changed a bit. That's impressive, isn't it? In its own right. Are you guys impressed with that, CJ? Cock Johnson?
Apparently your head got fatter.
Well,
I love it. I'm glad you said that.
I
Good
did.
observation.
That's why you tore the collar.
Yeah, really.
That's right.
Pulled the
He's
neck
great.
collar,
Just
right.
ask
Giant
him.
head.
Yeah.
You look a little more wrinkly and
Okay,
wider.
that's enough. Dr. Doug, first off, when that happens, this can't be an uncommon occurrence. That's when a dry suit fails, it's going to be at the arm sleeves or the neck collar where the latex or silicone seals are generally, isn't it? Or what do you think?
Yeah, there's a couple things that could happen. If you haven't torn a seal and you start getting a leak, sometimes they're on the seams, like where it can be anywhere, the knees, the ankles, wherever some of the seams are, you can get a leak and they need to be patched.
Yeah.
That's why some people make their living repairing dry suits.
Right.
But yeah, with putting them on and taking them off, the most common thing you're going to do is tear one of the seals. It'll be either the wrist seals or the neck seal.
Right.
Some dry suits these days come with user replaceable seals. I don't know what yours look like.
Yeah, it's glued right into the material.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, daggone it.
Yeah, these all that way so that if you tear them, there's no way to recover from that, and what you have to do is send it in and get it repaired. If you've got the replaceable ones, like I've had a case where I tore a wrist seal, you can literally just if you have extras, you can literally pop that wrist seal off, put a new one in, and you're good to go.
Right.
So in looking at a new dry suit, one thing you may want to look at is making sure you have options of replaceable neck seals, replaceable wrist seals, so that if you're away on a trip somewhere and have a problem, you can fix it yourself.
Yeah, and you bring an extra set with you just in case, right?
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I looked into that, and I was like, okay, yep, that'd be the way to go. Now, of course, I was thinking about all this would be perfect timing. Okay, I'll just have to go order a new dry suit, get it for the Galapagos trip. But guess what? All of them told me 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, son of a, and so.
Wait a minute, you're the Scuba Radio.
Yeah, but I mean, they can't make them for me any quicker than anyone else, Vinny. I may have superpowers. You're correct.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, because most of them kind of make them to order, like you get a custom thing. I mean, there might be somebody who has one off the rack I could find somewhere, but I called around and that's what they were telling me, and I'm like, daggone it. So I think the dry suit thing, at least for the Galapagos trip, is off the table there, Dr. Doug. And as far as fixing that one, there are companies or people you can call. I mean, or you have to go to the manufacturer to fix a neck seal like I have. Or what do you think?
What I would do, the one of the popular guys around for fixing dry suits is a gentleman by the name of Ted McCoy, who's up in Lake City, so not very far from you.
Okay.
And he does full. I mean, he teaches and stuff as well, scuba, cave diving and stuff. But he does probably a couple of hundred at least dry suits per year for repair.
Yeah.
So one thing, I can send you his contact information, and maybe you send him a picture of your dry suit and say you're going to order another one, but you can't get it in time for the Galapagos. Is there any way he could change out the seals since it fits?
Yeah.
Change out the neck seal and the wrist seal for replaceable seals and get that back to you in time to make it to the Galapagos. That would be an option for you.
That might be something to consider. I mean, look, I still want to go through a dry suit course regardless of the Galapagos.
Right.
Because, Dr. Doug, we've been talking with him off the air for the last month or two about possibly doing a rebreather thing with the KISS rebreathers. So, and that would probably be, somewhere at the springs where, it's a little cold for a warm water wuss. It was funny. I was talking to another guy about this week, and he says, you're going to the Galapagos? And I said, yeah, I want a dry suit. He goes, what's the water temp? I said, it gets down maybe to low 60s on a few of the dimes. He goes, what? What kind of wuss are you? I'm like, have you not listened to Scuba Radio? I'm quite a wuss. I'm right at the top.
One that's used to like 84 degree water.
Exactly. 80. And so, the whole dry suit thing, I need to kind of get over that hurdle and make this work one way or another. Now, for the Galapagos, I went back and I pulled out my heated rash guard. It's been in storage for a while, but it seemed to work. Vinny, Two Tanks, was talking about this last week. He has one that's brand new, right? It's never even been used. Yeah.
Never used.
So he has that, and that's what I'm thinking I might revert back to for the Galapagos trip. Dr. Doug, you have any insight on that, or have you even bothered with those kind of things? What do you think?
No, I have one as well. The same one. I have the Thermalution. I think that's what Vinny was talking about last week.
Yeah.
So what I did at the Galapagos, when I was there a long time ago, I dove 7 mil with a hooded vest, and it was a little chilly, but not terrible. But that was actually the trip that convinced my wife that she needed to get a dry suit because she was freezing to death. You know my wife. She doesn't have the same amount of biopreme as a lot of the rest of us. She's pretty thin.
Exactly.
So she got pretty cold pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, so did I. And that was the only negative I had on my Galapagos trip. So, I mean, when you did the 7 mil, you didn't have the heated rash guard then, did you?
No. I just did a 7 mil with a hooded vest. And it was a little chilly, by the end, but nothing terrible.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. Like a 5 or a 7 with one of these heated rash guards underneath. I'm thinking that might do the trick for the Galapagos. You think that's a good way to think about it? Yeah?
Yeah, in a hood. I'd make sure you wear a hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay. All right. Well,
I would go with the 32 millimeter.
32. You're the funny one.
The Stay
Let's not
Puft
forget.
Marshmallow Diver.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
he's the funny one.
Well, there you go. Well,
I have a question for Dr. Doug, Greg.
Oh, we're out of time.
Yeah, well, we are
well, no,
almost.
it's a technical question
All
for
right.
dry suits.
Okay, real quick.
Used to be when I was diving dry suits, it was very important to get the neck seal trimmed to your neck so you don't get carotid artery pinch. Is that still a thing, or are the new seals pretty flexible?
You still want to treat. It depends what kind of seals you get. The latex seals are a little thick and it can be compression. The silicone's a little bit better, but they all have rings that you can cut like one ring at a time to get it to fit. So yeah,
Which is what I should have done before I tore mine out and popped it off.
You got to
the top
pay
of my
extra to be
noggin.
choked.
Yes. Yeah. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Joe, a dive instructor on the Turks and Caicos Explorer 2. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
I'm a free bitch.
I'm known for spicing up the briefings by dressing up, and apparently this guy has dubbed me the Lady Gaga of the Seven Seas. Honestly, I think he's a little jealous. Greg the Dive Master, take it away, fancy boy.
I don't even know what that means. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. We just announced we got a trip to the Galapagos April 15th to the 22nd with Explorer Ventures. We plan to announce a second week with Explorer Ventures in the Turks and Caicos. I think it's going to be in the July-August time frame. We're still working it out. We'll announce that hopefully next Saturday, so plan accordingly. And for either one of those weeks, you might want to join us or you might want to avoid us. It just really depends on your perspective. But you've been warned, or, you know, you can plan accordingly. All right, so we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to fix this dry suit situation. I think I got a plan with the heated rash guard. We'll set that aside for now because we got to talk to Mermaid Kelly, and then we got to check in with our friends from Next Dive and tell you about a cool thing happening at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show in Secaucus, New Jersey at the end of March. But Kelly, how are you? Are you in Hawaii, or where are you?
I am at Oahu.
Well, Oahu to you too. So,
Maka.
Yeah, what are you doing in Hawaii right now?
We're going diving with Erin's Dive Shop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can see her on
Just started to
YouTube,
rain.
Facebook Live, and Twitch. She kind of one of the coolest. Is that a dive skin of shark teeth that you're wearing that I see?
Yes, it is.
That's pretty sweet. Is that one of your designs, or is this something you had?
It's coming out soon.
How about that? That's pretty cool, isn't it, guys? She looks like she's like swallowed by a shark or something. I don't know.
It fits her well, too.
Okay, just stop it, Casey. But easy now, down boy. All right, but Kelly, so where are you going to dive? What do you think?
Sure about the dive sites yet because it just started raining.
Oh,
so.
okay, all right. Well, you're in Hawaii. Who cares?
Exactly.
I mean, That's pretty sweet. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Go diving. I wish I was you. Yeah, and feel free to tell the rest of us to suck it, losers. Here's your chance.
Suck it, loser.
Okay. Well, go do that, and then tell us about the diving in Hawaii next week if you can, okay?
All right, sounds good. And if you guys are out here, check out Aaron's Dive Shop. They're awesome.
All right, there you go. Mermaid Kelly out there in Hawaii. And that's pretty sweet. I love that. All right, so let's talk about Beneath the Sea. Now, the Beneath the Sea Dive Show happening at the end of March. You can go to beneaththesea.org. We are pulling out all the stops at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show this year because, this is going to be the first big show back after COVID for them. Last year was kind of like the warm-up. This year is going to be full bore, I think. And we have worked out some stuff with Divers Alert Network. We're going to give away a bunch of prizes there. We got a trip to the Turks and Caicos with Explorer Ventures in the silent auction. So if you want to join us in the Turks and Caicos, you can go buy the silent auction trip that Explorer Ventures has donated to their silent auction, which benefits all the good work that the folks at Beneath the Sea do. And then maybe you could use it for that week if you like, when we share that next weekend. But that's not all. We have worked with our friends from Next Dive, and I think, do we have Jared? Jared, are you with us? How you doing, buddy?
I'm here. I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I'm really good now because I got you on. I'm going to put you on the spot. I hear that you're going to donate or give us a Next Dive regulator, BC, and mask and all kinds of stuff to give away at Beneath the Sea. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, good.
Giving some stuff away.
Yeah, I'm putting him on the spot there. So I was just like, I was hoping he would say yes because that would have been bad if he said no. But no, we worked it out a while ago. So they're setting us up with a gear. I mean, this is going to be like $2-3 grand worth of stuff. I mean, they make quality, gear there at Next Dive. You can check them out, nexdive.com. And see what I'm talking about. But they got some of the coolest regulators, and then they got these new BCs that are working with a company that actually I'm still waiting to get that one in the water. I've been delayed, Jared, so I haven't got the BC in the water yet, but it's going to happen soon. And but what have you been up to? You're out there in California, right?
Yeah, I'm actually on the beach right now playing with the dog.
Okay, well, there you go. Are you going to just stay on the beach, or are you going to go dive? Are you just doing some family time?
Just some family time with the dog and the kid, and just having some fun in the sun.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, what is the water temp, off the coast of California right now? Do you have any idea what it might be?
It's about 56.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Nice and warm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He was one of the guys I was talking to about the dry suit, and
you're an Eskimo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so in water temp like that, what would you typically dive? I mean, obviously you dive with the Next gear, and the Night Diver BC. But what kind of are you diving a wetsuit, or is that dry suit for you, or how do you hold up in that type of water temp?
Depending on what I'm doing, but most time it's a wetsuit, just like a 2-piece, like a 7 mil.
7 mil, okay. You don't need a heated rash guard under that or nothing because you're like a real man.
No, I generally stay pretty warm. In fact, I have a problem with getting too warm.
Really? Oh God, I wish I had that problem. I don't have. That is not a thing for us warm water wusses in Florida. You hear what I'm saying, Jared?
No.
Yeah.
All the diving anywhere is good.
Well, that's right. The views are great, whether it's cold or warmer water. It just you got to jump through a few more hoops, and that kind of thing. But yeah. I mean, I really do appreciate you giving us a set of Next Dive gear to give away at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show. And just for the record, the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad's listening right now, and they're listening. It's like, hey, can we get our hands on this? And the answer is absolutely not.
Yeah, it's always no.
Yeah, they can't have a shot at any of the free stuff, but they could buy stuff. And if you wanted to get your hands on Next Dive, I mean, you have dealers, but they would just go to the website, and you can order it right through the website if you want, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, we're redoing our website right now, and so you can get online and call or order online, whatever works.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's one of the cool. I mean, the regulator system in particular, I've had a little bit of experience with it now. Not only does it work great, it looks really cool because they got these different kind of. I mean, I've never seen this before where they actually got colors on the first stages. Like it's not just a silver or a black matte. They got like a. What is sapphire blue or something like that? Is that what it is, Jared? Well, what is it?
It's a Pantone 304C, which you don't need to know. It's too much information, but yeah, you can call it a sapphire blue if you want. It's very pretty. It tends to catch people's eyes.
Well, it does. I mean, you got to look good and dive good. I mean, it makes a difference.
Do they have a pink for Greg?
So funny you're asking that because we actually haven't announced it yet. So I guess here we go. I am shooting for October to having some pink second stages.
Wow.
And I can see about the first stages, but we're going to be doing pink second stages with a pink logo N on the first cover.
Well, that was Barry the Bugger, and he loves pink. He said my name by mistake, but I think he was
I'm
talking
pretty
for
sure
himself.
I said Greg.
It'll trust me. A pink first stage, Barry, would bring out your cheekbones.
Thank you.
And if you like pink, we have pink back plates and single thick adapters now too.
Ah, there you go, Barry. Kristen and Serena are both like, okay, that's all right. Oh no, Kristen doesn't like pink. That's right, I forgot.
Nope.
She's not a pink lady.
I put my vote in for orange.
Oh, well, aren't you special? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I'm sure they got all kinds of crazy ideas that they do there at Next Dive. Jared, thanks again. And once again, if you want to check out this stuff, nextdive.com, and just know that we're going to give away a set there at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show Saturday, first day of the show. 9 a.m. is when it opens. If you're not there, you're not going to have a shot. So make sure you're there at the opening of the show. Jared, have a great day. Enjoy your family on the beach in Cali. You okay, buddy?
You too, and congratulations to whoever wins the gear.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to be one lucky diver for sure. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Weather is better when you breathe like a fish. Weather is better when you're making a wish. Right now I wish that I was making bubbles, diving away all of my troubles.
Hi, I am Peter, dive guy from Humboldt Explorer and the Galapagos Islands. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to the diving. Now, here's the guy who likes stirring the boobies as much as I do. Roy the Dive Master. Will there be boobies? Oh, yeah.
Yes, there is. World's first radio show devoted to diving is right here. We're going to the Galapagos April 15th to the 22nd with Explorer Ventures. And there will be boobies.
I couldn't quite understand what he said. A guy who likes doing what to boobies?
He likes to see the boobies.
See them.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't.
The blue-footed boobies.
I couldn't understand what he said.
Yeah, you like to see the boobies
as much as I do.
Yeah.
If they're blue-footed, does that mean the boobies are getting cold?
I don't know. Actually, they're blue-footed boobies.
You'll know.
No, what they eat. The boobies are a bird. Just so we're clear, Jerry. Barry,
Cock Johnson, Bubble Boy.
Yeah, no, it's because of the food that they eat. These birds,
blueberries.
It changes the color of their feet.
They must eat blueberries.
And I don't. It might be some kind of fish or something. I forget. I remember him telling us.
Bluefish.
I think it's shrimp.
It's shrimp. There you go. Serena knows.
Shrimp doesn't make you blue.
Shrimp, but it's blue shrimp, right, Serena? That's what it is. They have a color, the shrimp. There you go. That sounds correct.
I thought that was the blue-footed boobies.
Yeah, that's
they have
like
red-footed boobies. They have Nazca boobies with green feet.
Yeah, we like all colors of boobies. I mean,
don't discriminate.
Yes, Captain Kirk.
Colored boobies.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You go to the Galapagos, you go get a T-shirt. I went to the Galapagos to see the boobies, and it's the birds. Get it? See what it is? There's a little,
Bird is the word.
You had to explain that.
Right, right.
Greg, you're getting really freaking corny.
Well, I'm just saying, it's what you do.
He's getting old.
I guess.
Okay. Well, it's your excuse then, Barry.
The world keeps turning.
Okay. I don't even know what that is in reference to, really, but whatever.
Getting older, the world keeps turning.
Okay. But the
Turns
thing
far enough,
is,
Barry,
you
turns
got,
far enough, Barry might wash that cap.
well,
no, I'm not washing this cap. It's got way too much.
Yeah, that's nasty.
Hey, this
Yeah.
is real wool. This is not the fake stuff.
Right. Well, just
God,
like
that's got to be hot.
yeah, he has the
No,
red.
actually, it isn't.
The red cap is probably soaked through his skin.
There's
and
no
his,
feeling in his skull.
but his
scalp
feet
is grown into the cap.
his-
You can't
if
take
he
it
held
off.
up his feet, they're the same red color, just like
Yeah,
the
that's
blue-footed.
because I
Well,
eat a lot of red
So
fish.
then we could
It'd be
say
a
he's
red-footed
kind of like a
berry.
There's nothing up there for it to get cold.
Oh, it's the ghost of Jerry's back.
Okay, that's scary and whatever. But anyway, Serena, have you been to the Galapagos? It sounds like you have. If you know about the boobies.
I have, but
Yeah?
only on the land part. I have never been diving there.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you, it is a spectacular place. I've been wanting to go back for so many years, so I'm very excited that we've been able to pull this one together. And actually, the Aqua Gypsy, Brittany's going. She's going to come along. And maybe Vinny too, Tanks. I don't know. I thought he was committed, but maybe he's not 100%.
No. I didn't get I did my due diligence. I'm surprised they didn't get back to me.
He's just waiting on his confirmation email.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I didn't talk to anybody. I just sent them emails, and they never got back to me.
All right. Well, they told me.
Call
so
them on the telephone.
Maybe they wanted to warn me first before they can.
Oh, by the way, Greg, you got a new roommate. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That could be.
They
what,
are at a dive. They are at a.
You're waiting on.
Yes.
I'm
They
sure
are-
they'll call me on Monday. They'll call me
Okay.
Monday.
Sure.
They want,
Sure.
they want
Be
my
the
money.
new
They'll call.
Replacement couple.
They're going to call him on Monday and say, "Oh, Vinny, we're full."
Ixnay on the
Sorry.
Guinevere.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
And guess what?
Yeah.
There are more.
There are more trips. You can
Yeah.
go any week you
Yeah.
want to the Galapagos. That's true. But this one's going to be special because I'm going to be on
Oh,
board.
that's because you're on board.
Hell
sure.
yeah. Yeah, and the ghost of Jerry the Diver guy said something, but it was in the
I
crowd.
was just trying to tell Vinny they are at a show this weekend.
Who is?
Explore Ventures.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. They're
Oh,
kind of busy.
I didn't know
They're
that.
at
That's
the
why
DC
they didn't
travel
get back
show.
to me.
Yeah,
That's
they're
exactly why.
DC. That's true. Yeah.
Thanks, Jerry. I wondered why they were so slacking, but I forget they
Well,
do
they're not
travel a lot.
slacking. They
No, they're travel. They
Now
travel
who's
a
the
lot.
fool?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
Now
get,
you just said DC.
yeah, it's in DC this week. There's a travel adventure show going on in DC.
Oh, I
Yeah,
had no idea.
Thanks,
I
Jerry.
would have
Good
gone.
point.
yeah. So they are exhibiting at that show this weekend. But if you call them up 1-800-322-3577, somebody will get back to you promptly. But once again, it's April 15th to 22nd. I know even if Vinny goes, I think there's a handful of spots left. It's kind of last minute, but boy, it's going to be great. And actually, surprisingly, too, from the States, the airfare to get to the Galapagos, pretty attractive, pretty cheap. It was pretty amazing, the deal we got on the airfare for this trip. So it's not nearly as bad as you might think for some place so exotic to go to, whether you're coming from the West or East Coast of the U.S. So that is happening, and I'm pretty pumped, and I can't wait. I'm working. I'm gonna get the dry suit thing fixed, but I think for the Galapagos, I'm gonna do the heated rash guard. I have one of those Thermolution heated rash guards that have been in storage for a while, but I pulled that out, and it charged up and heated. Put it on, and seemed to do the trick. But I don't know. Who knows? I might pick up a new one. Where did you get yours, Vinny?
I bought it when I went to DEMA. They were at DEMA like 3 or 4 years ago, and I bought it. But I don't think they've been to DEMA the last couple of years, though.
Yeah.
But they're still in business, though. You can still contact them.
Okay.
They got a website.
All right. Well, there's another one called, I think, what was it? I looked them up because there was another company that
Toasted
called
Buns.
Venture Heat. I believe
Yeah, there's
is
another one that does it. Yeah, there's one other one that does it.
Yeah. So I might look at either one. I don't know. We'll see. Barry the Bugger, what say you?
When you charge this thing up, did you run it and see how long it would last? Because sometimes the batteries, when they sit too long, they won't hold a charge anymore.
Yeah. Well, I got it to work. That was the first step.
So you just
I'll
turned
do
it
some more
on
testing.
and you ran it for, 5 minutes? I'm saying Have you tried just turning it on for an hour and seeing if it stays?
Actually,
warm?
that's real easy to do. You just put it in a bathtub and turn it on and come back and check it.
Wait, you gotta have it in water to work.
You're supposed to disperse it in water when you test the
Actually,
battery.
on a pile of gasoline-soaked rags in the garage.
I don't think you have to have it in water, Vinny. Why do you say that?
Actually, I was reading the directions that says if you're going to test it, put it in a bathtub with water.
Well, because you can use it underneath a dry suit as well. Then that wouldn't be in water. That's what I saw on these things.
Well, they suggest if you're testing it, soak it in water. I'm assuming it's because why stress it out if you don't have to?
Maybe it would get too hot otherwise. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well,
what I'm
look
saying
at
is
it.
just to see.
Okay, Casey has another question, so I'll let him go ahead and attempt to make one.
I would suggest, with the history of you and your dry suit, that maybe you put the thermal guard on, turn it on, and then hose yourself down just to make sure there's no short circuits.
Well, that sounds like another fun Saturday night.
There you go.
Typical, you know. So maybe I need to get it out and put it on right now.
Please, no.
Or actually, I got some extra ones. Would you guys like to put one on and see if they're working?
No.
I got 3.
I would not.
No, put it on and
I
then.
don't want to get hot.
Do you have a bathtub full of Jello?
I honestly
never shared with anyone.
Here's the worst thing that could happen. You guys would just kind of get electrocuted.
We're not going. We're losers. Why do we want to help you?
Well, because I want you to feel, involved.
I would not do that.
You would not?
I would not feel involved.
Okay. I think, Kristen would do it.
involved.
Serena would test them for me, right? You guys are the game.
I'll test it.
Yeah, Serena, see?
Okay, good.
You're going to let, a lady outdo you, aren't
Absolutely.
Oh.
Serena's too kind for her own good.
Yes. Well, much more, she has it more together than any of you losers. So we'll leave it at that. All right, stop it. All right, hour 2 on deck. We do have some special guests that are going to join us. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, about the Trash Derby coming up in the Florida Keys, and also Ty from Virginia going to join us. In hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
You want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown? Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Okay, so what fish, if you are so inclined to eat them, are there certain fish you shouldn't eat as a diver? I believe there could be. We're going to talk about that a little bit, on the show today. You can be a responsible fish eater if you choose to eat the critters that we like to go down and dive with.
I would never eat shark.
Okay, well, we'll get there in just a bit. But first, we want to talk about a cool event going on in the Florida Keys. It's the Eye Care Trash Derby. And we have Mike Goldberg on Scuba Radio right now, who is the man behind the madness. Mike, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm sitting here in the beautiful sunshine of the Florida Keys this afternoon. It's about 75 degrees and loving life.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. So everyone is doing much better than we are today. Yeah. And evidently we're a little too gassy. I apologize for that.
I thought you were going to blow the ass end out of your wetsuit. By
Excuse
the way,
me.
Knowing how flatulent you are,
I don't know what you're just.
If you
what
would
are
have
you
asked
referring
me,
to?
if you would have asked me what kind of seal you were going to blow out in your dry suit,
yeah,
I wouldn't have went for neck.
That is. I apologize for him, Mike. I don't know what.
But I digress. That was the last segment.
Yeah. I mean, my crew is not diving, so they've been drinking. So if they blurt out nonsensical comments like that, you just got to just roll with it and go forward.
Like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, quiet. All right, but let's talk about this Eye Care Trash Derby. This is going to happen at the beginning of May. I think it's like May 1st and 2nd, if I remember correctly. Is that the right dates?
May 2nd through 5th. The 3rd and the 4th are the cleanups, and then we have a big festival on May 5th.
Excellent. And you can get all the details at eyecaretrashderby.com, by the way. And it's really cool because, you're giving away like, I don't know, how many dive spots on charter boats and up and down the Florida Keys, like 500 or some insane number? Is that what's going on?
600.
Wow.
694.
Oh, my gosh.
But with that, I mean, we only have... God, I mean, we're fast approaching, already filled up almost 500 of the 694. So
get on
not a lot left.
Yeah.
Get it while you can.
Yeah, so you got to go to the website, sign up, and you can pick the charter that still has some spots available. There's still a few, obviously, but you got to get on it because they're going quick when they're free like this. And all you got to do is go dive, and if you see some trash while you're diving, you pick it up and bring it back up, and then you guys register it and clean up the reef while you dive. That's the only. There's not a catch. That's all you're supposed to do, right? Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, there's no catch. And what's even better is that you get to register for all sorts of free prizes that we're giving away for folks that pull out the most debris. Things like that. You can also enter some raffles. We have dive regulators. We have raffling off Garmin dive computers, Mars dive computers. We're giving away a couple of different reg sets, BCs. There's also some fabulous artwork that's been recently donated, and original artwork that we're going to be displaying pretty soon on our website. I just had pictures of it sent to me today, made by this wonderful artist from New Orleans.
Cool.
It's going to be a No Fins Attached, which is a fabulous nonprofit. They're all about keeping people from, of course, we don't like anyone that wants to cut fins off sharks. So they're all about trying to keep that from happening, and they're going to be a part of it. And they've donated some artwork, so we're helping raise money for them as well. So it's going to be a fabulous event. Help us clean up the reef and help us raise money to rebuild our reef, because our coral reef here and throughout the Caribbean, they really need our help.
Yes. Well, Mike does an amazing amount of work down there in the Florida Keys. And we were down there last time visiting the History of Diving Museum. He gave us a tour of their coral restoration project. They got these little puck system things of coral, and they're planting them all throughout the Keys to kind of bring the reef back in troubled areas. What do you think about that?
Speaking of debris, Jerry just texted me. Yeah, said his baby mama's name is Debris.
Okay, well that's another issue, another problem.
Don't kill secrets.
Okay, whatever. Once again, you just ignore those kind of comments, Mike. Sorry. But regardless, I mean, it's pretty cool. It culminates Cinco de Mayo, right? Sunday, there's a big party. Is that what's going on at the end of this thing for the Trash Derby?
Yep, you bet. There's a huge party. We have all sorts of nonprofits, conservation-minded folks that are showing the different things that they're producing. I met a gal today who's taking plastic she collects from the seashore and is making fabulous looking art from it. So she's going to be there. All sorts of nonprofits talking about how everyone can be helpful to our Mother Ocean, who needs a helping hand. And you get to win, you have the chance to win all sorts of amazing thousands of dollars worth of dive gear.
I love this.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be a festival to remember.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of the biggest events like that. Well, I don't even think of anything that's ever happened like this before. It's to this level for sure in the Florida Keys, let alone around the world. And hopefully we are going to get down there, and maybe we'll even, I don't know, maybe we can drag a mermaid or two.
Are we signed up? Did you sign us up, or what do we have to do?
No, you got to go to the website.
I have to do it? I thought you would sign us up as a group.
Oh, hell no.
Come on, Greg, get your crap together.
Why don't you want us to go help clean up the reefs?
No, I do.
Greg, why do you hate the ocean?
No, take initiative. You guys can represent yourself. You don't have to. I don't have to do everything for you, right? People have to get on the website, icaretrashderby.com, sign up, and you guys can do that too, right? That's what they should do, right, Mike?
Okay.
Yep, it's a simple process. They don't need your help. They can go do it. They can click the buttons.
I'm not your babysitter.
Maybe Jerry will have his internet back by then.
Oh, there's that. Yeah, he'll play that card. But you can participate. Topside too. They got some land. Trash pickup things they're going to do as well. So.
I'm in, man. We got to go.
All right. How do you feel about having CJ, a.k.a. Cock Johnson?
I'm good at picking up trash.
Represented down there in the Florida Keys. Are you okay with that, Mike? What do you think? Or would you prefer mermaids?
Let me think about that one.
Greg, we're supposed to be taking trash out of the ocean.
I get that a lot.
He is a diving superhero for what it's worth, Mike, just so you know.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You put it that way, Greg. I'm in. So we'll take all comers. Anyone wants to help, we're all in.
Okay.
I'll bring my friends if I can.
If you can.
He needs somebody to carry the trash.
Well, Cock Johnson's trusty sidekicks are mermaids. Just like Batman has Batgirl.
Mermaids, Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
All are welcome.
Yes. So CJ, a.k.a. Cock Johnson, might make an appearance down there in the Florida Keys for the I Care Trash Derby. Well, good stuff, Mike. Keep it up. And we'll keep covering it here on the big show, and hopefully we'll see you down there at the beginning of May, okay?
Thanks for giving me the time, guys.
You got it. There you go. Mike Goldberg, super guy. He's doing amazing work.
Yeah, I love it.
We kid about you being a superhero in the diving
What do you mean
world.
You're kidding?
Well,
I thought you were serious.
It's like...
Wait, why is she laughing?
Because it's ridiculous. That was a ridiculous statement you made. Yeah.
God damn it.
That's all right, man. You're here.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, the thing is, whether you're a superhero or just slightly annoying, Barry, you can still participate and help save what we love to go observe as scuba divers, which is, like you said, Mother Ocean.
I love it.
Yeah. And so it's a win-win all the way around. I love it. So once again, icaretrashderby.com. Go there, sign up, get your free spot, and join in on all the fun. More coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Next regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nextdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Next Underwater Products. nextdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
We're getting wetter all the time. I used to get wet in the pool.
Below the swim lane.
The dive instructor was cool.
And a bit insane.
As we went down, the bubbles would sound. As we were taught the dive rules. I've got to admit, it's getting wetter, a little wetter all the time.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubba Boy in the studio with me. And then we also have Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, Mermaid Serena, Mermaid Kristen with us. We're going to check in with Tig from Pros in Paradise here in just a bit. But before we get to Tig, I do want to talk a little bit about fish. It's kind of a topic that gets brought up quite a bit.
Go ahead, get it off your chest.
Well, I don't have any fish on my chest. I just, sometimes I will eat them.
Yeah.
And some people have a problem with that.
They're delicious.
They can be.
Very good
but
for
it
you.
is important to
Rich in
consider
omega fatty acids.
Well, it's important to eat the right kind of fish if you want to be a responsible diver, I think. I mean, and I'm not like telling other people what to do. Don't get me wrong. But there are there's certain fish that are not good if you want to be, kind of sensitive from the standpoint of how they, grow.
How about salmon?
Salmon, I think salmon's okay if it's, I don't even know about salmon. We don't see salmon too much when we're diving.
Mostly fresh
I got a
water.
list. This is actually, where is this list from? It has like basically green, yellow, and red, the type of fish you eat. And most of the things they say, you want to, when it comes to picking a good fish, if you're going to eat it, tuna, mackerel, jacks, dolphin, mahi-mahi. That's what I'll eat.
All good.
What I won't eat is grouper. And they're kind of in the yellow category, even though a lot of people love grouper because they're tasty.
I will.
A better alternative is lionfish because they kind of eat the same thing, and we need to get rid of the lionfish. But grouper and lionfish
But not
taste
on a lot
lot
of restaurant menus.
Yeah, but I'm saying, as a grouper, when it comes to grouper, and you dive with grouper and see grouper, I haven't eaten a grouper in probably 20 years because of this.
But I'm only diving with the grouper that haven't been caught.
Oh, that's true. But when you see how they are underwater, and we love seeing them, do you feel a little bit guilty?
Nope.
What?
They're good.
You should, because they don't grow as quick as other species of fish, like pelagics, like dolphin.
Well, if I can get mahi, then
mackerel.
I'll eat mahi.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Mahi, tuna, those things that more of the ones that are like pelagics and they swim around the ocean.
They taste very similar.
That may be the case, but once again, grouper, you can go out to dive sites in the Caribbean, around the world for that matter, and they're like little puppy dogs that'll follow you around. How can you eat a puppy dog?
I haven't seen one in a while.
Well, you haven't been diving with them in a while, have you?
Apparently not.
No, that's right.
I've been diving. I just haven't seen one in a while.
All right. So once again, the best choices if you're going to eat fish And some people think that's kind of sacrilegious if you're a diver.
What about sushi? What about sushi?
Well, once again, it's still the type of fish are okay. Tuna, mackerel, jacks, dolphin.
Those are on the approved list?
Yeah, those are on the green list. Like they grow quick. They can be managed fairly effective.
Mahi and tuna, okay. I ate a lot of
but
that.
you get into problems when you're talking about grouper, snapper, triggerfish, and things like that.
What about salmon? Salmon's not on there?
It's not on this because this was a list of Caribbean species.
Saltwater,
mostly.
okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure
salmon.
about that. Yeah, maybe. I mean, and you got farm-raised salmon. They kind of manage those.
Bears will catch those.
The bears, they're good fishermen, aren't they?
They
those
really
bears.
are. They have huge claws.
They can swim too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't. I knew the polar bears could.
Well, I'm sure the other bears could swim too, can't they?
I guess.
I haven't tried.
They climb trees like a sumbitch.
Yeah, but I mean, how would you feel if you're like snorkeling in Alaska someplace?
Well, there you go.
Bear. What?
There's the flaw right there. I wouldn't be snorkeling in Alaska.
Oh, with a dry suit,
Too damn cold.
With a heated rash guard?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, that's the only thing they don't have in the Galapagos.
If you find me in Alaska, I'll most likely be hiking, not swimming.
I think you're gonna turn into bear excrement.
I'm sorry?
You heard me, because that's what'll happen. It'll eat you.
I'm excellent. That's what you said. I'm excellent.
Yes, that's what I meant. Anyway, so now you're slightly more informed, right?
So no grouper.
You learned something.
No grouper.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But you
Don't
can do
forget
it.
about octopus.
Octopus wasn't on the list. Serena, not a good thing to eat octopus. That's true.
No, they're sentient. They know they're super smart, intelligent. They can solve puzzles and things like that.
Good point.
Right.
I knew there was a reason we had her on.
And that kind of goes back to why I don't eat a grouper. I really, I had early on in my dive career, I had an encounter with a friendly grouper in the Cayman Islands, and I was blown away how this fish swam right up to my mask, and kind of just looked at me, and I kind of reached out, which maybe I shouldn't have done, but I reached out and he kind of rubbed up against my fingers, and then kind of like, oh yeah, right there. Oh my God.
Okay, all right.
And I was like, wow, this fish is like, like a Labrador retriever type dog. It was awesome.
That's the same reason why I don't eat dog.
Well, maybe. And maybe if you put it in that perspective, that'll make you think twice about a grouper, because there's definitely something going on behind those big old grouper eyes. I don't even know what kind of fish that would be. Like cowfish.
Not on your list.
Oh, there's cowfish, but
sounds good.
I don't think those
probably
are good.
Tastes like a hamburger.
They're usually small. No, I don't think so. I don't know. But anyway,
what about hogfish? People catch those a lot.
Well, once again, those are regular type of managed species of fish. They're very popular for spear fishermen throughout.
I don't
the
spearfish,
Caribbean.
but is it okay to eat hogfish?
I think so. I mean that is
They're
part of
doing
the.
Okay.
It depends on the area. That's where it comes in to manage.
What about scrumpus?
Hold up. You got to manage the different species properly. Snapper is on the list of this one I just mentioned, and hogfish is a snapper, but
It's
it
delicious.
is managed in Florida. So there's seasons and there's slot limits and things like that. So you got to be, kind of work with the local authorities to make sure you're managing the species properly so they can keep producing more hogfish. So as long as they're managed to a certain extent, they do that. And that is the case a little bit with grouper too. But I've had so many cool experiences with grouper, I just can't eat them. I just don't want to eat them. They seem too dog-like to me when I'm diving with them. Now, Tig is with us from Pros in Paradise and Virginia Scuba. He's been listening in on this conversation. I don't know. How do you feel about fish like that, Tig? You got a comment one way or another? There.
I'm not a big fish guy. Lionfish, definitely. Yes. I have had lionfish prepared probably 5 or 6 different ways, and it was incredible every time. And I'm really not a fish guy. I eat the bottom dwellers. I like the crab and lobster.
I'm right there with you. The lionfish, once again, they're closest to the grouper too, as far as how they taste and stuff. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Jeff, the captain of the Turks and Caicos Explorer 2.
You are listening to Scuba Radio.
You are listening to Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Now here's the guy who I consider the hippopotamus of diving.
Oh, yeah, sure. Who told you to? Yeah.
Joe! He can't say. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Now here's the guy I consider.
Here's the guys I consider the hippopotamus of diving. You really gonna do that?
Oh my God! One more time.
Oh shit!
Stop it. Here's a guy I consider the hippopotamus of diving.
Here's the guy that I consider the hippopotamus of diving. Greg, the dive master.
Oh, that's too good. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Yeah, JF was the captain of the Turks and Caicos Explorer 2, and he might be the captain of the boat when we go back out there. Like I said, we're trying to set up a week, I think at the end of July is what it looks like right now, first week of August, something like that. We're trying to work it out, and we may have that announcement for you soon. But right now, we're kind of talking about fish. Since we're divers, do you feel guilty about eating fish? Overall, I'd say no. But I think there are choices you can make to be, a little bit more responsible. Mahi, dolphin fish is my go-to fish. That's really about the only fish I'll really eat regularly. And they're great. They're tasty.
You're too picky.
What? What's wrong with that?
There's tons of other fish that are good.
The mick fish.
Yeah, but those are like the most, prolific and easy to manage, and there's a crap load of them. You don't have to really worry about them. You know what I mean? From an environmental, standpoint, or I don't know. Mermaid Kristen and Serena's with us. Kristen, are fish our friends when it comes to a mermaid, and you don't eat them, or do you eat fish? What do you think?
I eat certain fish. I don't eat shellfish, except I eat crab, but that's the only kind of like shellfish I'll eat.
Okay. And Serena mentioned that she doesn't eat octopus because she feels they're sentient to a certain extent. And I you know what? I agree.
They are smart.
They do amazing things. And when you see them in their, natural environment like that, it kind of puts them in a different light as opposed to, with cocktail sauce and stuff. Yeah. What do you think, Vinny? Yeah. Vinny wants to say something, but of course he has his mic muted. So once he stops that, we'll
I
hear.
think she saw the movie.
My
I
octopus.
did see the movie.
You did not see that.
So that's where she got the empathy towards.
Well, she did not see it. She just had encounters with octopus.
You didn't see it?
No. If you see my octopus's teacher, you might start looking at him in the sense like, okay, this is a little freaky. That's it.
Have you seen it, Serena?
She has
I
not.
have seen it.
Oh, so
you did see it. Oh,
listen,
okay.
Greg, listen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I also felt like that before too.
Okay.
I mean, I have an octopus tattoo.
Oh, of course she does.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's my favorite animal.
No, they're cool critters. Yeah, I mean,
I have some octopus coasters.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, look at you.
It's the same.
Pretty cool.
CJ.
You go, girl. So, but anyway, yeah, my octopus's teacher, I talked about this months ago. I thought it was very interesting, but it kind of got little weird to me at the end. Almost like, it was like, what's going on here? He's starting to like this octopus a little bit too much.
It was a little weird.
Starting to get a little strange.
Like any pet,
I don't know. It was like, she would lay on my chest, and I'm like, well, hold on, slow down there, big boy. It started getting a little weird to me, but I mean, I get it. I mean, maybe it was just me.
No, it was
but
weird.
I still like. I mean, octopus, or it'd be tough for me to eat an octopus. I just don't have any.
Well, you got to
desire.
cook them first.
Oh, that's the problem.
Yeah.
No, it's not. All right. Well, I digress.
If
Let's
you
talk
ate
about
an octopus. Would that make you a sucker?
Okay, so Tig is with us from Pros in Paradise. How you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
Thank you for tolerating this nonsense, this gibberish that we throw in between, useful news.
Greg,
and
don't
information.
apologize. You do the best you can.
No, I'm apologizing for you. Yeah,
it is absolutely no worse than Drunk Fridays here.
Well, okay, fair enough. Up there in Virginia, right? I mean, yeah, you're right up there next to Kristen, and
about 45 minutes away.
Yeah. So, all right, that's fair enough. But you just got back from traveling. I mean, you're a pro in paradise, prosinparadise.com, where you can basically learn to become a dive instructor anywhere on the planet. Want to live aboard or some cool tropical destination? They do it all, or they can take you on right there in Virginia, I guess, right?
Yeah. We were in Puerto Rico, right off the coast of Culebra. Saw Culebra Divers, one of our partners, and we spent a week on the compass diving sailboat that we also used for training. The boat's set up beautiful for it. Of course, we talked while we were there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're starting to pick up. We've got 3 or 4 dive masters. We've got calls for this month. We got a couple of specialty instructor courses, a couple instructor courses, a couple people for an instructor course probably this spring. So we're picking up most of them. They're coming from other places, but like we had somebody from Michigan, so they're like, to them it is a long way to come to Virginia, but so they're coming to Virginia. So we're still open to do stuff like you said, in Puerto Rico, Culebra, on the boat, whatever. But
you have all the options covered. Yeah. So when you went to Puerto Rico, were you doing training, or were you just going out there to play for some personal fun time?
It was play. We so our shop runs a guys only trip, a girls only trip, and this was our first shot as basically like a couples retreat. So we invited some couples, and we went and spent a week on the boat as couples, where it wasn't like, we weren't doing 30 dives a day, 30 dives a week. We were just diving a little bit, sailing a little bit, exploring a little bit.
Nice.
And then we did have open for the following week that if we had anybody that wanted to do instructor, I just want to, stay on for another week and do the instructor course. But we just didn't have anybody for that particular week. So
right.
I had to come home.
Yeah, well, there's that. There's always a downside when you go to a cool place like that. Well, what was the diving like for the week? Any highlights that you can share?
Very good. We had a lot of high winds and rain, so we didn't get as much diving in as we wanted. But Culebra reminds me a lot of the Virgin Islands. From diving in the Virgin Islands, you kind of dive and it's like, this is nice, it's great. It's not like, oh my God, this is blowing my mind.
Right.
But then we're sitting there talking afterwards, and it's like, well, I saw this, and 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 I saw this. Well, holy shit, that was a really good dive.
Well, you can't say that on the radio, but that's fine. That's fine. He's from Virginia, and they have booze.
It's worse. I'm from West Virginia originally.
That's what it is. That's okay. But the thing is, you were there, and the wind was kicked up a bit, but that probably lent itself to the sailing, I guess, right?
Yeah, we got a couple good days of sailing in, and then when the wind made it more reasonable, we hit the diving and kind of reviewed some of the sites that we used for the training. A couple of little inlets. So Culebra's got a couple of little protected areas, and then I can't remember the name of some of the little islands around Culebra that have places. like if we need to do confined water training, things like that. So we kind of check those out just to, make sure that since I'm not there all the time, I want to make sure I'm familiar with what I'm doing while I'm there. So we did that and hit a couple of the other dive sites.
Yeah. Or are you back in Virginia? Do you got doing dry suit stuff right now, or do you bother with that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we have several dry suit instructors. Did several over the fall, but so far this spring we haven't had much dry suit. But we've had tons of interest. We've signed up several open water divers this month, and we got 2 or 3 full classes over the next weekend. So
there you go.
Next couple weekends.
Well, you're keeping busy, going to cool places, and doing some good stuff. I love it. Tig is from Pros in Paradise. Also, Virginia Scuba. So virginiascuba.com or prosinparadise.com. Reach out to them and become a diver professional with the guys who knows how to do it right. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Greg the Dive Master, CJ Bubble Boy in the studio, Vinny Two Tanks, Mermaid Serena, and Kristen connected via the web as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, and Tig with Virginia Scuba and prosinparadise.com with us as well for the ride, and helping us, keeping us sharp, and our editing skills. So, God bless you. God bless you. So, Tig, I mentioned to you about the dry suit stuff because I don't know if you caught it earlier, but we made a big announcement. We're going to the Galapagos in April. And,
I heard that.
Yeah. Oh, you did hear. Okay. So you heard that I blew out the neck seal in my dry suit. And I don't know, big head, maybe that was the problem. I don't know. But I got to get this thing fixed. Do you guys do that stuff? Have you ever had that kind of stuff happen when you're working with dry suits and things up there in your neck of the woods, or no?
I can. I wouldn't trust me.
Okay. Well, no, I wasn't saying you could fix it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, good. Jerry, the diver guy, already volunteered. He goes, Jerry, Greg, send your well. I'll seal it up for you.
Now, hold on here.
That's what you said.
Yeah,
well,
he's here. Let's ask him.
You said you could get it fixed. You did.
I sent my stuff up further north than this. Person up around Massachusetts way, up in that area. So.
Right. Well, Jerry knows somebody out in the woods. I think.
No, I would send it
what could possibly go wrong?
Right. You know somebody what, Jerry?
I would send it to somebody that does that.
That somebody does that, and then they supplement their income by running a moonshine still too, or no?
Ever how you want it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, because moonshine goes into the cement they use to glue those rubber rings. Onto the dry suit. You know that, right?
I don't think that's accurate.
No, it is. It's glue. It's some kind of cement, like dry suit cement. That's how they seal it up.
With alcohol.
Well, I mean, the cement has some kind of alcoholic base, doesn't it? Jerry, come on. You're the expert.
It has a... I ain't no chemist. I don't know. It's probably got some kind of alcohol in it.
Jerry whips up
to help
his own
evaporate it.
Alcohol.
Right.
All right. Well, I don't know what goes into it, but I know it's a gooey mess. if you try to do it yourself. So I think you should lend, have
you decided what you're going to do? Are you going to get a new dry suit, or are you going to go with like a 7 mil?
I don't know. I mean, I may, reach out to the manufacturer.
Not that I care. It's just, you never resolve that.
Well, I may reach out to the manufacturer. The company that makes this dry suit is a company called Northern Diver. And I actually got it years ago at the Chicago Dive Show.
Okay, so what are you going to do for your Galapagos
Well,
trip?
they're based out of the UK or Sweden or someplace.
Good luck.
It's it's an overseas company. So I don't know that I'll even have access to be able to get a hold of them. They're still in existence. They still do dry suits and things. So
in my head, when you say overseas, I'm adding weeks to delivery.
Well, exactly. So, Dr. Doug.
So you're going to be freezing.
Well, Dr. Doug said he knows a guy. So just like Jerry says he knows a guy.
I go with Dr. Doug.
That's what I was thinking.
We did the Galapagos in March, and it wasn't that.
Hold on. I'm saying Tig's first. Jerry, hold back. Okay, that's okay. Go ahead, Tig. What'd you say now? You went.
Yeah, we did the Galapagos in 22 in March, and south of Isabel Island was chilly, but 7 mils, it wasn't that bad.
All right,
and it was in the 80s up by Wolf and Darwin.
Really? Okay, but when you okay, well, we're talking in April, so it's not far from that, and I think season-wise, April was like the end of their summer season, their warmer season, right?
Yeah.
So
that's what they told me.
I'm hoping that you're right, but I don't know. You're right. You could have water temps in the high 70s, maybe even pushing 80 around, a couple of the sites. But that's what it was last time I went years ago. And, we had some of the dives that were very manageable, and then we had some that were like 62, 63, and I'm like, ah!
So, as Mr. T would say, this is all just jibba-jabba.
No, that he wouldn't say that. He's never been to the Galapagos.
No, he would say.
I bet he's not even a certified diver.
No, it's just jibba jabba.
Okay. All right. Damn you. All right. So anyway, by the way, do you agree with me though, Tig, that the Galapagos is like it's like the Mount Everest of diving in the diving world?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
So dead bodies in the snow everywhere.
We're all stuck to the mooring line. You just have to go around.
You don't have to eat everybody to stay alive when you're.
That's fine.
You can.
You're right. There were so many things to see, and it was like every dive, you're like, well, how are they going to top that? You go on the next dive, and you're like, oh my God, they did.
Yes.
I mean,
it's incredible. It is so crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Sea lions. Oh my God. Sea lions. Oh my God. Hammerheads.
Yeah.
Like you said,
iguanas. Yeah. Penguins. Right. Whale sharks. They had it all.
Penguins, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was insane. I mean, nothing.
Greg, I want a video of you walking with a penguin.
What'd you say? The Mola Mola? You saw one of them too?
Yes. We did not get we did not get any orcas. We were hoping, but we didn't see orcas, but we did see a Mola Mola.
That's cool.
Coming up one of the walls south of Isabel Island. It was crazy. It was awesome.
How about
Those
that?
things are huge, aren't they?
Yeah, they're
big old monster fish. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just insane. The only, it was cold. The visibility the week I was there wasn't that great, but it didn't matter. I mean, you still saw all this crazy, insane stuff. It's almost like when you tell the stories, it's like, oh yeah, right, whatever.
Well, I hope you'll be filming a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely bringing a brand new GoPro.
And then in like 6 to 9 months, we can actually see
correct
footage.
No, not you. No, for that comment right there, you will never see a
You're going to send
photo.
me sneak previews.
I will not send you anything.
Who's your buddy?
Yeah. What is Kristen's nodding? She agrees with me that you will not be able to see anything.
I agree that you're going to send sneak previews because you always do that.
Well, yeah. Well, to the people that matter. So anyway, but yeah, it's crazy. The currents though are pretty intense. Even if you go to Explorer Ventures website, they recommend you've got to be advanced certified, and they recommend that you have 100 dives or more logged.
Nitrox?
Yeah, nitrox. Yeah. So, I mean, it was challenging. I was talking to the Aqua Gypsy this week about all this stuff, and, there's some other people that want to go, and, Vinny's going to go. He has plenty of experience, but this is, I'm a dive instructor myself, and I felt challenged. And I was like, this isn't the kind of place you go and take someone who's a beginner diver and think, oh, yeah, I'll hold you by the hand and we'll go dive as a buddy team. It ain't like that. Would you agree there, Tig? Yeah. You got to be
It's not it shouldn't be your first dive trip.
No. And that's why I kind of compare it to Everest. It's like, you wouldn't, take on Everest as your first hike up a mountain either, or something like that. That's what my point is that it's not only is it extremely rewarding, it's challenging. So you got to be very, very comfortable in the water. But boy, is it a trip of a lifetime when it comes to your diving life? Absolutely. And
which boat are you guys on?
We're going to be on the Humboldt, which just went through a major renovation last year. So it looks brand spanking new, which last time I went, it was brand spanking new. So it'll probably be very much a flashback for me. We'll see.
I just booked it for 26, the Humboldt.
Well, there you go. You'll be good to go. I'll give you a little preview here after April. You want to book it? 1-800-322-3577 or on the April 15th to 22nd. Sailing. On that note, we're going to wrap it up till next time. Remember, it's always better where, gang? Safe diving, everyone.
Stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.